Hello, powerful one. Welcome to this edition of Inner Growth with Usezwa Elimihe. Today, we will be discussing the path to power. Let's start by saying this. You are not as powerless as you think or feel. Whenever you feel powerless, it is because you have embraced a thought that says you're powerless. But the sad part is that as we think, so we become. So if we think that we are powerless, then we become powerless. And that thought is something that we have come to identify as a program. A majority of the programs that are working at the background of our minds were not created by us. Therefore, they will never serve our purpose. So when you feel powerless, understand that a thought has been embraced. Just the same thing that happens when you feel tired. You feel you cannot move further. You've worked so hard. Okay, tiredness is really not a part of the human traits. We feel tired because mind tells us we are tired. And when we say mind now, remember we're always talking about the program, the data that are in the mind, data that have become identities in the human being. These are the things that tell us this thing. It's on the basis of memory. We memorize certain experiences and then we see them as how life should be. Then those experiences become programs. And when that program is stimulated, it is recalled by the mind. We have the same experience that we had the first time we had it. So that is how it goes. It doesn't mean that that is how you really are. If you can remember, if you can unremember, if you can detach from the recall of such a program, or if you can stop such a program, you find out that your fatigue disappears. At the end of times when you just feel you cannot take another step, then you see something or you hear something that just triggers you and you find out that a new burst of energy has come in. You are a bundle of boundless energy. You can't be depleted. You can only be blocked, dammed, and you also can remove the blockade and the dam, and you will flow. Well, before I forget again, I am your host, Usezwa Anthony Elimihe. You know me. I am in the game of helping you grow from inside out. That is the drill. Yeah, let's go in there. I need you to understand this. Energy powers energy. That is why we eat. Because we are taking energy from the environment, the food, water, any other liquid, juices, etc. We take them for energy. It is also the same reason we need one another. Okay, that is the same reason we have sex, because we are pulling energy from one another. We give and then we take. But this is where the challenge is. When you feel depleted, it is evident that you have taken the wrong energy. That when I mean wrong energy, I'm talking about energy that has been badly conditioned. And so when it gets into you, it takes from you. There are programs that are designed to sap energy from any energy source or any energy channel. So when you encounter such an energy, your system, boom, it saps you. And you feel totally drained. So how then do we overcome these things? First of all, I will always recommend the idea of staying focused on your inner vistas. What do I mean by this? Be conscious of what is going on your inside. Know what your mind is telling you, what your system is telling you. It is that gives you the key to being able to know when a program is running and when the real you are on duty. Let me give you just a simple example. You see, the desire to eat or drink is normal because you want to get energy to power, not you, to power this body from external sources. Right? Good. because we do not have access to how we can use the energy of our being to power this physical body without food or drink. Therefore, we have to take from outside. Iron sharpening iron, flesh sharpening flesh. That's what it is. Now, when most of the times you have a craving for any particular thing, I'm not saying this about pregnant people. I'm talking about you that are not pregnant. You just have a desire to eat something or to drink something. Ask yourself a question. Do I really need to eat this thing right now? Do I have to drink this thing right now? Push further and say, if I am going to eat or drink this thing right now, am I doing it to keep myself alive, or am I doing it to keep something else alive? The answer you might get, if you are sincere with yourself, is that you are trying to keep something else alive, not you. There is something in you that is desiring that food, that drink. It is not your body. It is not your soul. It is something else. It is a program that is running at that time. Oh, I feel like chewing something. I feel like drinking something. It is not you. It is not this body. But this body is being used from the sense line of appetite to ask for that thing. It is a program that is running. Therefore, if you stop the program on its track and said, no, you are not eating that thing, you might have a little bit of resistance, but from time to time, you let the program understand that it is not going to run this show anymore. Because whatever program is running in you, the ego powers it. And of course, because the body is intricately attached to the ego and it obeys the ego, the body will pull you. And if you don't obey the body will be hankering, will be giving you stress. Now, that is why you must stop them. And the more you keep stopping them, they will learn a lesson over time, just the way you train your dog. So you train the body, this animal, you train the animal to obey you and tell them, no, I am the program, not that thing that has been loaded into you. I am telling you right now, this is not going to happen. The more you do it, you are getting your power back. Take your power from all the programming instances of your life and become a full-fledged human being, whole again. Now, there are two things you must avoid as much as possible if you can. One, quarrel. Don't fight with people. Arguments, expressions of intense displeasure, debating, trying to change people's perception, change people's mind. There is nothing that is as depressing, as draining as that. Engage yourself in activities that give you euphoria, that make you feel happy. Do not try to change human beings. That is when you come across a brick wall. One way you try to change people is to try to change their religious views. Oh my goodness, that is violence on itself. You don't. When people have a religious view, they can't change. You know why? Because those things were hammered into them through a process known as hypnosis. A person that is experiencing hypnosis does not listen to reason. It is not the person that is running, it's a program that is running. Remember that. You can't talk a program out of running. It is only the owner of a program that can talk the program out when the person is in a state of consciousness and is aware that there is a program running anyway. But for you to try to step in, you are not helping the person, you are not helping yourself, you are not helping the environment. That's it. Do not quarrel with people. When people come to you with their quarrelsome game, trying to make you lose your temper, this is it. Keep your temper in check. Because when you quarrel with people, you drain yourself. You go away from your place of power and you become like a dog that is being led by the leash, because it is the anger program of that person that you are now flowing with. Decongest yourself of anger program so that when another person comes with their anger, it will not pull you away. That is one source of power. And one way to do that is to consistently meditate. That's what I keep telling you. And keep asking yourself questions. What am I doing now? What is going on inside of me? Is there a program running? Put that programming program in place. See that programming program. create a program that questions your state of being. That questions, it's like a sweeper. It comes in and finds out what is going on here. Okay, this is the program running right now because I see that I'm getting displeased, therefore this is not me. This understanding, the game to know that there's a program running is that whenever you are displeased, whenever you are unhappy, whenever you are frustrated, whenever you are stressed, whenever you are craving for anything, it's no longer you that is working. A program is at work. A second, this is a hard one. Sex. We all think we need it. So this is what I would say. If you can avoid it totally, the better for you. Sex is like a quarrel. It has the capacity to pull you away from focus. When you need sex, it's a craving that you hanker for. At the moment you are needing it, there is turbulence in your world. All energy is pulled away from other areas of your life and brought into the center. And it's all about satisfying that thing. Okay? When you don't do it, when you don't get it done, you become frustrated, you become unhinged, and you are no longer the same. A great sword of your energy is cut and reserved, cut away. And then each time you have a craving for sex, what is happening to you is that you are being depleted. It's like a dam that blocks a certain segment of your energy and keeps it away. Now, when you satisfy sex, when you go ahead and do it, first thing, if you are so pleased by the action, it brings you down. You think you are calm, yes, but this is what has happened. Your vital force has been depleted. Therefore, your capacity for focus is reduced. Now, you think you are focusing better now because you've had sex. Yeah, because compared to at the time of the craving, you were totally out of control. Your focus was almost nil. And then when you now had it and you're satisfied, you calm down. You find out that your focus has returned, but it cannot be compared with the focus before the craving started. For every act of sex, you are depleting yourself of the capacity to focus. And the energy, the things you lose are unbelievable. It has been said scientifically that it takes a man about 21 to 28 days to recover the vitality that one loses in sex. Also with a woman, it has been said that the human sperm, it's a vital force for this body. Now, you require that energy, that sperm, to boost your bone marrow, to boost your immunity, to boost your focus. When you keep giving it out, you know what it means. Imagine something that is used to form a baby, a human body. Imagine how powerful it is when it is inside your body. Just imagine the power of that energy, that substance in your body. Your eyesight can be improved. A lot of sicknesses can be cured without medication when you stay away from sex. Even if you don't look at the losses, the things that you lose when you do it. When you engage with somebody sexually, you are taking programs from that person. It is one easy way to acquire habits that are not native to you. Because in the process of coitus, of coming together, the greatest organ that you use in that moment is the skin. All right? And then there is a charging that happens to both skins. And there's that tenderness that is involved. So whatever that person has acquired as a program just zips into you, flows into you, and just flows into that person. There are some people you meet with. You find out that your balance is taken away. Sometimes you meet certain people, you just find out that after sex, you may have had fun, pleasure in that level, but after it all cools down, find out that you are no longer happy. You are just not happy. Sex is intricately tied to so many things in one's life. Focus, joy, the inner self-joy. Every human being has it. We all have inner joy that cannot be tied to any material thing, that cannot be tied to any achievement. It's just natural to us. But the more you engage with different people in sex, and then you are finding out that you are covering it up with layers and layers of other experiences of other people. The details are deep, and I don't even think I have what it takes to discuss all of them, because some of the things I know, I have not proved them, so I cannot go into them. But the ones I proved is that with AIDS, you lose focus, you lose your natural joy, and your natural, what's that word now? Natural force. I know they talked about Moses, that his natural force was not abated even at 80. That is so simple because he was chaste. Chastity keeps you strong. It keeps you more alive. The glow, your face shines brighter, your eyes are more alive. But you might think that because you are having fun, moving from one partner to the other, you are having fun, you are conquering the world. No, actually, you are destroying yourself. If you cannot stay away from sex, then stick to one partner. And that will be a partner that is also sticking to you. Because if the partner goes to other partners, is picking programs that are not native to that partner, and then when it comes to you, you pick those programs. If you are very conscious, if you are awake, you are aware, you will find out that after you have sex with somebody, your joy, your natural exuberance, your effulgence will just drop. That is because of the programming effect that you have picked. Sometimes the person you have sex with, you find out that you have a visual flash of that person's form. Sometimes if you are very, very alert, if you are very imaginative, you even have the person's aroma or smell for days. Soap cannot wash it out. It's just there. These things are not happening at the olfactory level, the physical senses. These are happening at the mental level. It is the program that you are seeing. The program is using the smell and the visual of that person as a mnemonic for that purpose. But the truth is that you are carrying that person with you. And that person is not just that person, because you are seeing that person as that person. It's not that person. You are carrying a program of a lot of people that that person has met and related with on that same level. If you really want power, I'm not talking about going to you as a human being, you are power. If you really want yourself, you want to get yourself back, you have to cut away from all this gratuitous sexuality. Because when you fall into this trap, to get out of it is, ask anybody. I know people that will step out and say they are going to have a drink in a lounge or a hotel or somewhere. They didn't have it as part of their program to engage in sex. In that environment, they just see something, they see someone, and their mind changes. If the money that they didn't budget for that action, they get it and they pull it in. If it's only the material depletion that happens to your wallet alone, your bank account, you should know that sex is too basic to be the focal point, to be something that drives your life. When you cannot say no, when you cannot stick to your partner, then there is a problem. And that is a program. That is impulsive existence. And of course, when you do it, what happens is this, is that the more gratification you get from sex, the less your capacity to focus, and the less your capacity to understand deeper matters. People who are perpetually involved in sexual activity and sexuality, they can't appreciate this video. They won't watch it because it's going to make them think deep, and they cannot go there. They can't. When we're in university, those lecturers that were known for sexual escapade, they were the same lecturers that were really, really shallow. But when you look at their past, you look at their CV, their CVs were loaded. But you now say, what happened between then and now? Because something else has taken over. Sex blocks your capacity for self-development. It keeps you in that time. Because what is the sex? Sex is a program that you got from babyhood. You got it from when you were a baby. So each time you are, coming into that mode of needing sex, you are going back. You are going back to your past as a child from age 0 to 7. That's what you are going to. You are going to re-stimulate those engrams. And my friend, it will not take you far. You must know at this point, quarreling, arguments, debates of any type, anything that involves you trying to win over someone, trying to win something, trying to be better, trying to impose your will on somebody, will not take you anywhere. They are apart from your power because they are actually violence. The path of life, the path of power is non-violence. But violence is the path from power. When you quarrel with people, when you engage with people in a violent manner, find out that a majority of your human force and concentration is pulled away. Don't do it. When I was much younger, in my early teens and early teens to my late 20s, if you wanted me to go down with a fever, make me quarrel. Once I quarreled with anybody in the house, I raved. By the next few hours, I was going down. It was a thing that I knew. Otherwise, I would not be sick. Quarrel would bring me down instantly. And now, as I grew up to become a more mature adult, I noticed again that quarrel is one way for me to lose focus and concentration. And what quarrel also does to you is that it affects your self-esteem. So you might think, oh, you are great, you conquer the person, you show him 9-9, I made him understand, I put him where he belongs. Actually, when you put somebody where they belong, you are simply saying that the person is low. You brought the person low. And whatever you do to another person in life, you have done to yourself because you are connected. It says, bless, curse not. So remember this, that you are very powerful. The path to your power, to your real nature, is to stay away from turbulence, to be calm. Calmness is power, serene. Okay? When you are serene, you are in control. You're able to see well. Okay? You're able to see beyond the noises of life. The things that will keep you from seeing beyond the noises, that will keep you in the noises, are sex. I'm talking about unbridled sex. Not just having it, thinking about it, dwelling on it is bad. Don't dwell on it. Don't think about it. The Bible tells you in Philippians chapter 4, verse 8, the things you should be thinking about. What has good report? What has virtue? What is lovely? What is good? These are the things you should be thinking about. Not sex. Not anger. Not what people have said to you. This is it. When you quarrel with people, you tend to take the quarrel away, and it will stimulate and you begin to dwell on those thoughts, what people said about you, what they said to you, all of those. Now then stay away from where people are quarreling. Stay away from where people are speaking evil of other people, because it is also a way of losing your power. Any thought that is not loving, that is not friendly about any human being at all, it's a power puller. So stay in your place of power. Stay away from quarrels. Stay away from arguments. Don't try to change anybody's religious or political views. Don't try to change anybody's habits. Leave them with their habits, because it's a violent thing to do. Because you can't change it by talking to them. It's a program that is running. When they decide on their own to come back, they will come back. Like even this talk we are doing now about stay away from sex and all of those things. I know how many friends I've lost on the basis of this. Female friends. We just talk, and they are having some experience and they are going through a lot of things. Haven't been in this world for quite a number of years. I will know that these things they are going through is coming from sexual indulgence. And I will silently go into that discussion, and you see them react very violently. Don't. Now, that is what an engram does. An engram protects its tough. It doesn't want to be found out. When you engage in a discussion with somebody and the person is being very feisty and is being very stern about self-defense, about you not going there, please stay away. Because when you stir up the mind of another person in a violent way, your mind is also stirred up in that way. So if you want to be in perpetual serenity and calmness, don't quarrel, don't fight people, don't harbor any negative thoughts about any human being, and stay away from sex. If you cannot help it, stick to one partner. If you are not married, you are blessed. Stay away. It will not kill you. It might be difficult in the initial time, but when you begin to practice abstinence, the power will come to you and you will realize how beautiful it is, and you will be able to stop. You won't be able to risk anything. The temptations are there for you to have it because you are human. But you see, if you can just stay away that storm or that moment, find out that it's powerless. There's a saying in my place: the mother bedbug was with the children, and then suddenly they saw an intense heat because the owner of the mattress had poured hot water on the mattress because he wanted to kill the bedbug, and the baby bedbugs were screaming. The mother told them, calm down, just stay. If you can survive this moment, you will survive. And that is the way it is. When the turbulence for anger, for sex, all those things come, if you can just hold yourself for that period, just hold yourself and then detach from the memory, because it's a signal that is working, that is telling you, reminding you of an experience that you have not given it in a while. The body is telling you have not given you this experience in a while. The program is tugging at you. If you can just stay away, detach yourself, don't see yourself as the feeling, because another mistake we make all the time is that when we are hit by a program, we say that is my nature, because we are embracing negativity. If you can just pull away and just observe, find out that it will just fizzle out. It's the normal thing that happens. But most times we are too involved with these programs that we think it is us, and that is how we lose our place of power. Just remember, you are not the program. Thank you.